Welcome back to another episode of Herbert Unfiltered. This episode we are going to discuss about marketing in with small budget, especially in Malaysia. So we'll be diving into a couple of strategies, and then we'll try to look into
Option
case
study.
scenarios. With nothing planned, we're just going to discuss, and then we're going to see if we can come up with some ideas for those of you who are on a tight budget. So hopefully this turns out to be a good episode, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. If you know the drill. All right, we'll see you in the episode. What's up, Amir?
Good. Just ate. I'm in love with this Indian food, Indian restaurant recently because they have a lot of kuih mui.
I hope you're not sleepy.
Oh no! Matter of fact, I am energized and excited to talk today.
Okay, so we come in the third topic of our marketing with small budgets in this country. So let's just discuss about this situation. We kind of get a lot of requests from small companies as well.
Yeah.
We have to turn them off a bit because some of them, the budgets are really too low. Like, 100, 200, 300, it's not possible. So I think we can address this issue of like what's the minimum you should be spending on marketing to see some results, right? And maybe we should discuss about like what is the options of marketing available.
Yeah.
Right. You wanna go first?
Yeah, sure. So as I said, it's something that is unavoidable. Marketing is something that you should do, but I can't really expect you to spend like this 4K per month all the time, and especially if you start bearing your results and stuff. So I've been seeing like some. I think TikTok is a good repository for this kind of content and ads because they're just doing these like iPhone videos. And some of them even do it organically, It's just like a one walkthrough video. And I would say the feedback that you can get from it is the equivalent of having maybe these food platforms like Foodie, whatever. It's the equivalent of getting the same amount of reach. Maybe in a month you're gonna triple your sales for a month or 2 months, and then after that it's gonna die back down. So one thing about going through this low cost marketing is that how do you actually scale or sustain it? Yeah, we're not saying it doesn't work, but it's definitely like a short term thing.
So we're looking at like cheap influencer marketing, micro influencers.
Yeah.
We're looking at what else, like
sometimes the
organically just
like BTS content, right? Yeah,
behind the scenes and stuff. So it's kind of cool. I think I like the idea of BTS a lot, but I always prefer to keep it as like your stories or something that disappears off your feed, especially on Instagram, because it's a very visual platform. And if you tend to have a lot of like behind the scenes and promotions and stuff like that on your profile, it kind of looks like it throws you off brand.
Yeah.
And it kind of look like like not you wouldn't want to associate with that brand. If you see a profile like you got all very nice photos and all these things, and you immediately got that trust factor, like, oh wow, okay, this guy spend money on these things and all these things, the trust factor is there, right? So that is one thing to be aware of when you do these kinds of cheaper patterns. Now, in terms of advertising, we get questions like, how much can I boost this content for? Or how do I boost this content for? So I think the bigger thing to address here is not about how much you want to boost or what is your budget to boost. It's about basically what your content is about. If your content is like those BTS or the type of the response that you're going to get from those leads from that ads is also going to be subpar. So if you don't have like a strategy and a storyline planned out for your brand, no matter what kind of ads you try, if there's no story involved in it, it's going to be giving you subpar results.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you can only need to be, you can do away with phone recording videos. Sometimes somebody call it ugly ads.
Yeah, but it
I
works.
think I call it our low shoes to term these ugly ads.
Yeah.
It works. It works. It's just that there's a story behind the ugly ads. If there's no story behind the ugly ads, there's no strategy behind it, it's not going to work with it. Right? So I think it's more about that first. Then if you want to look like really in terms of like metrics, like what is least amount of money that you can spend? You can spend from $10 a day. I think that's a very good thing to start. $10 a day. That's like 300. But the approach that you're going to take is different.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to have a call to action, the options that you get on ad managers. Like if you want to send people out of the platform, that's not going to be enough. But if you're going to like just run ads that are sent to visit profile, the smaller, keeping everything within the app, so it'll be cheaper. So this is the analogy people have to understand. If you're sending traffic out of your platform to your website, to a booking form or something like that, the cost is going to be way much more higher. $10 a day will get you 0 results. That you have to bear in mind. But if you are sending traffic to your profiles, you're keeping within the app, your cost will definitely be much lower and it's attainable at $10. You will definitely get lots of people, at least maybe $10 a day, you will get about minimum 10 people viewing your profile. I think that's a good entry point for $10. So at least from nothing, you get $10. They get something. So another topic I think we should also talk about is the confusion between organic post and inorganic post. People get confused that organic content is branding and ads is direct marketing.
Yeah.
It can, that's how people are trying to differentiate these two things. Like
Kalau ads, if I'm going to spend my money 1,000 on this like advertisement, then I need like to put sales behind it.
Yeah. So we always have that like, okay, I'm going to spend money, I'm going to have sales attitude behind it. But I think you have to think about it differently. Whether it's branding or sales, it's all the same thing. It's just content. It's just if you post organically, you will get those certain levels. Say like you get 1,000 views or something like that. And then after 2-3 days or maybe a week, and you start to see the graph going down, no more views, no more, stuff like that. Then what's the next option? That's when boosting or ads come in place. Actually take a content. It doesn't matter that it's what kind of content it is. If you just have to then boost or start running those ads, running that content as ads, then you start seeing the traction back again. Because these are platforms, be mindful that these platforms are pay to reach. You have to pay to reach people more than your organic has given you. So the algorithm does you a bit. If it doesn't find you interesting enough for its audience, then you have no choice but to pay to get it to the reach. So you may ask like, I see all these viral videos out there. They get 1 million, 2 million views. That comes back again. Are those viral videos aligned to your brand strategy, aligned to your brand message? Because if you, like, for example, dance for no reason, and then you expect that to go viral, you probably get views from like, I don't know, countries that doesn't even, maybe your business is in Malaysia, but you're getting views in like Vietnam or for what, right? It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't benefit you at all.
Yeah, so if some trends will explode, it go global, you get global audience looking at it. So there are pros and cons of going for viral videos. So you have to be careful of what kind of viral video that you're doing. Whether you have to make sure that it's localized so that it picks up traction in local. So there are definitely formulas. You can talk to experts like Amir, who is very good at strategizing viral content. So, but there's a pros and cons to it. You need to know what kind of content you're actually trying to go for, whether it meets your brand's needs. Because you don't want to be, the last thing you'll be doing, you don't want to be throwing your brand way off your strategy or what you're meant for.
Yeah, you don't want to dilute your brand.
Yeah.
The messaging becomes different. People might like, you get attention, but it's not for the right reasons.
Exactly. So that brings a point to how do you boost the content. And then what else that we missed out, I think?
I think, let's talk about the difference between running things on a low budget and running things. I mean, when you have more budget, what's the outcome you're supposed to get? So it's not that with a low budget, the mechanism doesn't work. It's not that you're not gonna get results, but
Just have to do it differently.
do it differently, and maybe like the frequency of your conversion too is like slower. If you do, let's say, spend 100 per day, at least there's a 1 lead per day. But if you're spending 60 or 30 per day, it's like 1 lead every 30 days. Every 1 lead every 3 days, every 4 days. So you have to bear that in mind, and if that works for your timeline or not. If you're like really, let's say you have a campaign next week for a class webinar or something, then you should never go on the low in that sense. But if your business is like if you're like a food truck who's going to be around the area on a daily basis, then why not?
Yeah. So businesses of all sorts of kinds of businesses in the small business space, definitely you can benefit from marketing online. You just need to know what specifically you need to do. It shouldn't be, you don't have to waste money unnecessarily also. You can be in a small budget, you still can do a lot. But you got to bear in mind that the creative is important. The story is important. If you don't get the story right, then it doesn't matter if you spend $10, $20, $30, $40. It's still not going to get the traction that you want. The strategy and the story has to go in well. I mean,
Yeah. On that note, yesterday we got a lead call. So this lady is running a restaurant, and then her ad, she's spending on ads, but it's not working. The walk-ins are not increasing. And when I took a look at it via library, the agency was just like basically running the menu as an ad, and then let's say there's no picture of the food. And then I'm like, so when you want to put a advertising budget behind your content, it has to speak to, like he said, the content is to make sense also. 50% of the work is also there. It has to drive your point. If your competitor put like a nice looking picture, then you put a nicer photo.
Mm-hmm. So you could mix like, behind the scenes, testimonials, walk-in, walkabouts, like where's your location, like walk from the front of, where like a hidden gem of Shala. We have a fantastic work done by one of our interns. She made a TikTok video for a F&B client, just going like a walkabout thing, and it blew up, and then the advice was that, okay, once you get this blow up, there's definitely going to be a low. Once you hit the low, it's like you see the graph, it goes like say 300,000 views, and then it starts to not grow anymore, right? That's the time you turn that into ads. Yeah, that's a good ad material, and you should bang on that, and you should like spend even $10 a day, $20 a day. It's going to give you tremendous amount of reach constantly. It'll make it sustainable. So that's a creative that has been validated in the platform. Majority of people like it. So if you run that as an ad, you're definitely going to. So this come back again to the storytelling aspect. If the storytelling works, the ad is definitely going to work. So you need to know that creative is creative is king. Content is king. Is there like a minimum budget for like scaling?
I would say
$10 per day. I know.
Yeah.
But if you're like, now I've got a bit more money. I want to see like every day I want to get like, if you're thinking about service business, I want leads. I want daily lead. What's the minimum budget you think?
I think if wherever you're spending on, and you get that validation that it's working already, then I mean personally, we wouldn't go straight away double the budget, but just add like RM10 on a daily basis. You cannot really leave it alone for a week and then you want to do something about it. Because competitors are really a lot right now, and then people are also experimenting with their own ads. So just increase bit by bit on a daily basis. Then you should be within that safe zone, whether you should stop or not.
Understood. Right. So yeah, for those who are asking, another common question from e-com businesses, like, okay, it works well for all this ideas that we've been giving. I think it works well for service businesses. It works well for like service businesses,
Service businesses actually.
Retail maybe.
Yeah, e-com and service. Yeah, things that are
I
easy
don't think so.
to-
E-com will work too much. It can. You can still drive, but it will get those kinds of like DM order to DM order to WhatsApp kind of thing. But if you're like hardcore e-com, you have a Shopify website and you're trying to push traffic over there, then definitely you will have to spend more money. This is a reality. And I think when you say spend more money, you're going to look at something like 2,000 a month, regardless of the creative, because you're going to attach CTAs to the creative and you're going to send people out of the website, out of the platform to your website. So if that's your case, minimum ad spend 2,000 is definitely fair. It's a significant difference, as I told you before. If you're spending keeping traffic in app versus sending traffic out. So if that's the case, for smaller e-com business, it's wise to try things like
TikTok Shop. And if it's not on TikTok, just straight to WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's the only other option. So if the cheaper option is you spend 10, 20 bucks per day, you will drive them to your Instagram profile and you will then create that conversion mechanism over there. So you will try to optimize your page for that, make sure the strategy is right, and yada yada, all those things. On the other flip side, on TikTok, you have e-commerce built in, so you can subscribe. You can use that as the yellow box down there, the yellow bucket. You just can click content, and then people can click on that to buy immediately.
Honestly, TikTok is really like helping out the small business.
Yeah.
Like all the tools are there.
So if you're very small e-com, please try TikTok. Then again, creative strategy is the most important thing. Your messaging, your storytelling to stay on brand. The last thing you want to do is be a sellout. Sell. You should give. That means as in like you should give value, or you should tell a story that is like building a purpose around your brand, your messaging. Like for example, Nike's ads, Coca-Cola's ads and stuff like that. They drive a messaging behind what the brand stands for.
Yeah.
So then you start to slowly resonate with the audience as well. So make sure your content and your ads have some sort of brand story behind it. Otherwise, it's just
Nothing sets you apart from your competitors.
yeah, exactly. And you're just like a normal guy selling bali tabong ini or doesn't make sense.
Okay. Buat tabung.
I don't. I've seen the videos. There was somebody trying to sell a tabong. Like,
Okay.
It was pretty good. Like sales pitch. Buy this tabong. I was like, why am I buy this? Yeah. I mean, maybe impulsive buying could happen. I wouldn't argue. There are possibilities. But how far are you going to push impulsive purchases? And you want long-term sustainable results, you build a brand. And I think that's the end game. So, any other thing that we missed?
I think to summarize it, I had a summary already. I think to summarize it, strategy for small businesses. Take it with the mindset that you're experimenting. You're not going to rely on this strategy forever because it's not meant to work forever. Try to get a proof of concept to validate your idea, which is through one iPhone video or something. Write on the success if it works, and then once the performance goes down, go straight to boosting or advertising budget.
Perfectly said.
Yeah.
And I couldn't agree more. So I think we can just wrap it there. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Or you can ask us in the comment box below if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you in need of any help or assistance, please feel to reach us through DMs. We're open to any discussions, any help. No worries. Please contact us. And we hope to catch you in the next episode. And until then, stay safe. Bye-bye.
Yeah. That's it.
Drive safe.
Can